The battles in Aleppo between regime forces and rebel-free Syrian army soldiers only intensifying, according to the activists that we're speaking with. The last couple of days, we've heard that Aleppo has been seeing the fiercest fighting that it has yet seen. Now, the regime continues to insist that they have been killing large numbers of armed terrorist groups. That's what they refer to as the rebel fighters. But we're seeing amateur videos today showing the scale of the fighting. There's one in particular that shows a huge plume of smoke in the distance as you hear intense gunfire going on for what seems like minutes through that tape. Let's take a listen to some of that right now. You can hear this gunfire. Jonathan, I'd like to direct our viewers' attention to another amateur video that we've seen online today. This one purporting to show the aftermath of fighting that's been going on in the streets of Aleppo. You see what appears to be an unexploded shell there on a street in Aleppo, as there are rebel-free Syrian army members also on that street. And in this video, you also hear the constant crackle of gunfire. This very much corroborated by what we're hearing from activists in Aleppo, even though we can't independently verify these videos. Now, that's one concern. Another concern now, activists telling us that a large part of the souk in Aleppo, the market in Aleppo, a part of Aleppo that's helped to make it the cultural center of the country, is on fire. They say this is a fire that started last night, has continued into today, that many shops have been destroyed because of this fire. And there has been so much concern lately because the market of Aleppo has been in the crossfire of this battle that has only been intensifying, especially this past week. Jonathan?
Now, Mohamed, while we're looking at this video, let's just get a sense of what this represents. I mean, this is an incredibly historically significant part of the city. It dates back to, what, the second millennium before Christ. It formed the crossroads between trade routes at the time. According to UNESCO, it reflects the rich history of the peoples who've occupied it, and they list the Hittites, the Assyrians, the Greeks, the Romans, the Ottomans. The monumental citadel that rises over the old city is testament also to the enormity of those civilizations and to Arab military might. It dates all the way back to the 13th century. We have been talking, and appropriately so, of the war for Syria as a matter of human life, and we have seen cities turned into rubble, but now something more than even just as important as cities, a place where people make their lives. This is a place of history.
Absolutely right, Jonathan, and we just cannot underestimate enough how important this site, this part of Aleppo is. As you mentioned, you have the centuries-old citadel there. Lying beneath that, you have this labyrinth of passageways, of vaulted passageways and alleys that constitutes the souk, the market. This is one of the things that helped make this part of Aleppo not just a UN World Heritage Site, but also the commercial hub of Syria. Also a place that attracted so much tourism over the years. It is an extremely significant site, rich culturally, historically, and there has been so much concern since the fighting first began in Aleppo as to what would happen to these ancient sites. What would happen? You know, the market is a place the rebels have been trying to push into for quite some time. It is seen as a prize, as though it would give them a tactical advantage. Now we're hearing that there's large portions of that market that is ablaze. It's hard to verify exactly how much of the market is on fire, how it will get under control, but this has been something that has been worrying to the international community, to the Syrian government, even to opposition activists since clashes first broke out in Aleppo.